This is a NU. Damn it. UU battle. Messed it up. Of course I messed it up. We're just getting right into it. This is my Electivire Machamp for Alligator Sableye Red Dice Togekiss team, which I've probably almost sure I have made the battle before. It's like Dragon Dancing for Alligator with Life Orb. Sableye is just annoying. Same one I use in Ubers. And then like Machamp with No Guard and stuff. Alright, he has an Ambipom, a Heracross, Chandelure, Nidoking, a Suicune, and a Togekiss. So he's running a very strong UU team, very offensive. Besides maybe Suicune, maybe Togekiss, he can be bulky, but otherwise. So well, I was actually scared. I go for a Toxic right here. No, wow, that was bad. I should have predicted the Chandelure and gone for the Toxic, but I go straight for the Wolwolf, which actually turns out to work. Because luckily he switched into Suicune to take it, and he starts Calm Minding. I'm like, alright, he's probably got rest if he's willing to Calm Mind with, yeah, especially after this. So I'm just gonna Nightshade. I'm like, alright, the rest is coming, but Nightshade's doing a good chunk. I can switch out to Electivire and hit him with a strong electric move. And here he rests. I'm like, alright, having a Nightshade. And now, since that's not doing much, I'm gonna switch out into Electivire. And he shows me that he has Rest Talk, and it's bad. And he Rest Talks to Calm Mind. I'm like, alright, that was good. If he hit me with the water move, probably could not have taken it since he's at +3 now. So I Thunder Punch, Banded, Crit didn't matter, Calc Death, like a one-hit kill anyways, even if he's max defense. So there we go. There goes that thing. Now I'm going to go back into Sableye to take this. Hopefully fake out as he switches his Ambipom. And okay, I'm like, okay, predicting the fake out, pretty obvious. And here's where I go for the Toxic, because I knew the Will-O-Wisp was really risky the first turn. And I'm like, alright, well, now that the Suicune's dead, I can safely go for the Toxic. He kills me with a Fire Blast. It shows me his Life Orb. I was just checking for a choice or something. So I can go into for Alligator somewhat safely, even though he is Life Orb. I was thinking Energy Ball, so I went straight for the Waterfall in case I outsped. But seeing how much that Waterfall did, I'm feeling like I should Ice Punch and hope it'll kill, but it doesn't do much more. I'm like, oh god. And he roosts. I'm like, okay, screw you, Togekiss. But I can work my way out of this because I'm just gonna Dragon Dance. And I'm thinking if he's roosting everything, he might just have like Toxic and maybe an Air Slash. So now that I'm at +1, the Ice Punch does a gazillion more for some reason. As he Thunder Waves, I'm like, because he can outspeed me in Roost now. So he actually just goes for the Air Slash and flinches me. I'm like, okay, that's basically it because unless he gets min damage, I get a hit off. Nope. Alright, so he kills me with Air Slash. I'm like, oh gosh, it's 5-4. So I go into Electivire, and I'm just like, alright, predict the thing in Ice Punch. It would kill you anyways. And he switches an Ice Punch. Boom! Banded Ice Punch takes out that Nidoking. One shot. Togekiss didn't stand a chance. Go back into... Oh, wait. No, my Sableye's dead. Wow. Sableye's dead, so I'm going to Machamp to take the fake out. Bear doesn't take it well at all. But I have leftovers. So I'm like, maybe if he goes for double hit, I can take it. But he U-turn, so I'm like, okay. I don't know what he was doing, but I live it. And he goes into Chandelure. I predicted that too. Payback. Boom! I went for the payback because I knew if he had a double hit, I would die. But I knew if he U-turned out, that's what he'd go into. So I'm like, alright. Now I can go into Togekiss and basically take a fake out and not speed him because I'm Scarfed and go for either an Air Slash or an Aura Sphere. And I'm hoping he won't know I'm Scarfed, and he doesn't, so I kill him. And I'm like, yes. So the predictions, the death. And he goes into this thing, and I'm like, he's going to start roosting, isn't he? And he Thunder Waves. I'm like, okay. Not too good, though, because he started roosting. So I'm going to go back into Regice. Even though I was never in Regice in the first place. But it's just Air Slash is trying to Paraflinch me to death. Guess feeling he doesn't need the roost. And he roosts as I either Sub or Toxic, because that's what this Regice does. And I Ice Beam, trying to maybe bait him. But I freeze him, and it's really stupid. This freeze doesn't matter, and I can prove it doesn't matter. For quite a few reasons. Because one, I sub. And on that turn, he might have just like Aura Sphere or something. Because he shows he has it. So now I can Ice Beam and Toxic stuff. And I actually just sit here and Toxic until he unfreezes. Because I'm a nice guy like that. And he unfreezes after like 2 or 3 turns. And right here he shows that his Aura Sphere does not one-hit my sub. So if I had subbed on that turn, he would have gone first and hit me. And I would just be a little bit lower health. But it doesn't matter because I get the Toxic off. And now I'm going to Ice Beam. And does a pretty big chunk considering I don't have any investment. And he basically realizes there's no point in Roost stalling me because I have Ice Beam, he's Toxic. And showing that works for I would have 23% less health than I do now, so I still would be alive and a red ice. But he switches in this thing. I'm like, alright, not much he can do. And I was actually banking on me dying here, but he locks himself with an Earthquake. Basically, I figured if he locked himself into close combat, I probably would have lost the game. Because whether or not if he's Scarfed too, because I go for an Air Slash and kill him as he's stuck in Earthquake. But looking at what I had left, I had Machamp at half health, couldn't outspeed. Regice paralyzed, or Togekiss paralyzed, couldn't outspeed. Regice weak to fighting, and then Electivire probably can't take a close combat. Was Electivire full health? Let's check really quick. Alright, Electivire was at full health, and if he were Scarfed, he would outsped me and killed me. I think, I think regularly, though, but I'm adamant, so if he were even just Jolly, he would have outsped me. So close combat probably would have won in the game unless Togekiss somehow took it. Even if he were Scarf or Band, he probably would have won the game. So I don't know what he was doing with the Earthquake. He probably could have 4-1 sweeped me, but he chose not to or something. It was a 31 turn game too, which is actually like surprising. But it's UU. So he had a good team. I out-predicted him a couple times. That Nidoking and Chandelure kills were definitely good predictions on my part. The Heracross thing, I don't know what happened there. The rest, nothing different happened. So thanks for watching. Yeah, really, I don't know that close kind of thing. Whatever, no, whatever. Do whatever you want. Live your life to the fullest extent. I don't know how to end a video. It's just like Togekiss flying around, saying its name wrong. It's done. It's done.